Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So guys, today we're gonna talk about my most used Fujifilm lens. And if you watch my channel already a bit longer, you probably know which lens I'm talking about. And if you do, let me know in the comments. So my plan is, because my landlord is doing some work at home and I needed to leave the house because of COVID and everything. So I came out, grabbed the Fujifilm X-S10 and my most used Fujifilm lens. Gonna go in town, do a bit of photography, and also I will be leaving some raw files down in the comments later with a Dropbox link, so feel free to download them, use them, play around with them, do whatever you want with them.
Like a light, lighting up in the dark.
Let's take some pictures, fly a drone a bit. The weather is not great today, but I give it a try and see how it goes.
Every time you make me nervous and I lose my words. It's been a while since I forgot the most simple words. I feel calm when you're around, like nothing can break me. Yeah.
That wasn't really successful, my flight with the DJI Mavic Mini 2. But to be quite frankly guys, it is fairly windy and the Mavic Mini isn't made for this sort of wind. It's better if you fly when it's almost wind still with the Mini. Anyway guys, so there are a few reasons why I think this particular lens I use is a very good choice. A, the price is alright, it ranges between £300 to £600, £700, depends how you buy it. If you buy it in a kit, if you buy it second-hand or even individually. Size and weight is very important as well. It got OIS, which is nice. The aperture ranges, and a lot of people say that's a bad thing, but I think that on certain occasions you close down your aperture anyway, so I don't think that's a really big deal breaker, to be honest. But now we jump into town, gonna take some pictures. Exactly guys, who guessed it right? The 18-55 2.824 is my most used Fujifilm lens at present. I think many people don't like it because of an aperture of 2.824, but quite frankly guys, if you think about the price factor, you get this lens for a used price of between £200 to £300. If you buy it brand new, it costs around £600 to £700. But also if you would buy it in a kit, this lens costs around £200 to £300 new. And you can't beat this lens. Yes, it's a variable aperture from 2.8 to 4, but it's a very, very decent lens and a very good starting point. It's sharp, it's light, it's a variable zoom range from 18 to 55, which is roughly your 24 to 70 in full frame terms. So personally speaking, I need to say this lens was never attractive to me. And I used to own the 16 to 55 2.8 throughout the zoom range, and after starting doing more video and starting actually out with the Fujifilm X-T3 and the 16 to 55, I've been missing the OIS because the X-T3 didn't have any in-body stabilization. Going back down to the 18 to 55 was definitely a very good choice, and I can't complain about this lens at all. It is sharp at f8 or even f12, f13. You got a decent zoom range from 18 to 55mm, and currently I'm vlogging on a Fujifilm 23 f2 and I need to stretch my arm quite a bit out, so having the zoom range from 18 to 55 is definitely beneficial. So all images are gonna leave down with the Dropbox link you can download later, are random images shot with the 18 to 55 guys, and whoever owns this lens as well, let me know in the comments, let me know what you think. And keeping in mind guys, it's not meant to be a tech review. It's more like a hands-on approach with the 18-55. And here's the difference between the 16-55 and the 18-55. First of all, the price. As soon you got a constant aperture throughout your zoom range, the lens will be more expensive. But then also keeping in mind, if you shoot f-log with the X-T4, X-S10 or X-T3, your base ISO is 640, and having a very nice sunny day or a very bright overcast day, you need potentially use a very strong variable ND filter, which costs money as well, or you need to close down your aperture as well. So like today, it's a very overcast day, but it's still fairly bright, and I shot or closed my aperture already down to f4 in certain moments to get my exposure right, even if I use a variable ND filter as well. So having a lens which got a 2.8-4 throughout the zoom, or changing the aperture throughout the zoom, is not always wrong. But then having a wide aperture lens for portraits where you want the background blurred out is definitely nice. And if you are worried about the blurry background with the aperture of f4, here's a little tip. Zoom out your lens as far as you can and shoot your aperture as wide open as you can, and then go as close as the lens lets you focus on your subject and take a shot, and you will see you still get a very decent blurred background even with the aperture of f4. So, I'm back home. Such a windy day today, and I hope literally my audio will be alright for the rest of the vlog. Here's the thing about the 18-55, or what Fujifilm classes as their kit lens. I think it's an absolutely fantastic lens. 18-55 gives you a zoom range of 24-70, which is your average mid-range zoom lens. You got iOS basically in lens stabilization, which will help you to vlog or to keep your footage still whenever needed. The price range, would I pay £600 to £700 for it if I would buy the 18-55 single wise or just the lens? Probably I would, because I think it is a fantastic lens, and Fujifilm classes it as a kit lens, and I think this kit lens is definitely way better than a lot of other kit lenses which are on the market. So overall, I think to start within a XF lens lineup, the 18-55 is definitely a very, very good purchase. And price wise, as mentioned already, you get this lens between £200 to £300 used. You can buy it even, people split the kit lens from a body, and you can buy this lens around £300-400 new. £700, I think it's still somewhat justified as a price for this lens. So overall, I think this lens is definitely a good bang for the bucks, and I think what I have achieved with this lens so far, I can be happy with it. It's sharp, it's lightweight, it's compact. Yeah, the weather sealing is missing and the lens is not weather resistant, but you can walk around this. Not every single lens from a Fujifilm lens lineup is weather resistant either. The newer lenses are more and more now weather resistant compared to the older lenses, or which are already longer on the market. However, to start off with, the 18-55 is definitely worth having in your kit right now if you start out within a Fujifilm system. So as mentioned, this is my most used Fujifilm lens at the moment, and I quite enjoy this lens, even if it's a different aperture from 2.8 up to f4. However, sometimes I just close it down to f4 and shoot throughout the range f4 and don't bother open it wider up. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video today, and the format of it was slightly different to what I recently did or done. So guys, with that said, like, comment and subscribe, and I'm gonna see you, my friend, very soon in another video. Cheers guys.